Um, this is our team again. I've been introducing us at all of our office hours. Today we have Martha Moore, who's our senior director. I'm Amy Floyd. For those of you who don't know, Tracy Riddle is also on. She is the director of educator effectiveness. And Micah Fager is our director of team training and support. Sarah Brown could not be with us today. She does all the recognition work and some other things, but she does. We have 8 recognition programs and 4 advisory councils that she runs. If you have not been participating in the recognition programs, please reach out to Sarah. We would like to have every district and charter participating in those. Today, we're going to talk about the 23-24 evaluation data. We're going to stay in 1 year today, and I'm going to share some resources and next steps with you. So we need to start checking our evaluation data for 23-24. First of all, the evaluation composites have not changed from 22-23. They are also the same for 24-25. We have 3 years where the composite weightings are all the same. You can find these on the statute and policy page of the team website, and we have the previous 3 years there also. Every teacher or every educator must have all 3 evaluation components in T and Compass in order to generate an overall level of effectiveness, or LOE. They must have an average observation score, an achievement measure score, and a growth measure score. Growth measure scores typically come from TVOS. They either come from TVOS, a universal reading screener, AGM, or a portfolio. Right now, we do not have URS scores or TVOS scores. But you can go in and put in your achievement measures. To check for missing scores, use the evaluation scores by educator report in T and Compass. To find that, you log into T and Compass, click on the reports tab, select the evaluation score by educator report. Be sure you change the academic year to 23-24. I always use Excel for the report format. You can click generate, it'll download your report and you'll open up the spreadsheet. To look for observation scores, first filter column W to no. Anybody with a yes means that they're PYE and they won't have any evaluation data in. Then look at columns AG and AH. AG is the observation score. AH is an override score. Sometimes scores end up in that override, particularly if you upload scores, as opposed to putting in individual observations. If they're blank, you're going to want to try to figure out why that teacher doesn't have a score. So the first thing you want to do is go to the teacher's observation page, their evaluation page, and look. You can see I pulled up this teacher. This teacher has no observations in T and Compass. None have been put in, none have been uploaded. So the first thing you may want to check if you see a teacher like this is, should this teacher be marked PYE? If not, then you need to start investigating why they don't have observations in T and Compass. T and Compass is locked for entering observation scores for 23-24, which means you cannot go in and click the add observation button and put that observation in. If you have missing scores or observations, please contact me. Just email me directly at amelia.floyd@tn.gov, and I'll work with you to get those in. Do not include scores or copies of observations in your email. That is protected data, and we don't need to email that back and forth. But we can work out a way for you to securely get that to me, and I'll get it put in for you. Next, you're going to look for achievement measure scores. You can look at those in columns I through AQ in the evaluation scores by educator report. If the scores are blank in both AI and AJ, you need to see if you have those scores. If it's a TVOS score, you do not have it, so they will remain blank. But graduation rate, my understanding is you have graduation rates. From the Tennessee graduation rate and the federal graduation rate for 23-24. You can use either one of those. We don't tell you which one of those to use. Be consistent with your district. I can tell you that typically The Tennessee graduation rate may be higher than the federal graduation rate, and that has to do with the definition of some courses that Tennessee allows to count, but the federal government does not. So check with your accountability people on that. Any of your off-the-shelf assessments that you have scores for, um, you can get those in if you have not already gotten them in. When I look at this report, I see one educator who does not have any measure selections there. Um, I would check that teacher. Should they be PYE? And if they were not a PYE teacher, then this teacher needs an achievement measure category and type entered before you enter the score. You can upload achievement measure scores, and you can batch upload them using the import wizard. Use the growth and achievement measures. That's to get the selections in. Make sure you're in the right school year, 23-24. It will open up to 24-25. You'll download your report. You can download these reports by district or by school, whichever works for you. Generate the template. You'll fill it out and then upload it back. To put the missing scores in, you need to go to the evaluation component scores report. Again, make sure you're in the right year. You can download it however you need, district or school level. All achievement scores must be entered by the district except for TVAS selections. So any achievement measure that a teacher has, unless it's TVAS, you need to enter that. If by chance the teacher chose a custom feeder TVAS composite, you will have to enter that for that teacher. There's no way for TN Compass to know what the custom feeder school is. You don't have that score now, so you cannot upload that. So if you have custom feeder TVAS, you just have to leave them until we get those scores. Resources for this, you can find the growth and achievement selection import resources on the TN Compass page. There's a quick guide there that very quickly walks you through that. The user guides go a little more in depth. The achievement and growth measure selection user guide and the TN Compass data evaluation management guide also talk about uploading those. You need to do the same thing for our growth selections for 23-24. Every educator must have a measure selection in TN Compass. For most educators, this will be a school level TVAS composite. A custom feeder option is available for teachers in schools who do not generate their own school level growth measures. They need to align as closely as possible to what the teacher teaches, and teachers staffed in multiple schools may use a district measure, or they can choose a school measure from their school of record, their master school set in TN Compass. Growth scores for all districts and schools will be automatically entered. Individual TVAS growth scores are automatically entered. The custom feeder selection is the only one that has to be entered by the district or charter. Uploading missing growth measure selections, you do it the same way you did the achievement measures. You download the growth and achievement measures data import. You can download it by school or district, however you need it. Then go back to, if you're doing the scores, you're going to put them in the evaluation composite. That's only for your custom feeder options. And then upload those back in. Our team timeline is available for you. It's on the team website. This helps us keep up with deadlines that are upcoming. So we have 2 upcoming deadlines for 2 different school years. So for the 24-25 school year, staffing should be complete by October the 15th. So you should have gone by October the 13th. I'm sorry, October the 13th. You should have gone in and removed anyone who should not be staffed for 24-25. And you need to be sure that anybody who is new to your district for 24-25 has been added. By October the 18th, you need all final achievement measures uploaded, graduation rate, ACT, etc. Obviously, if you do not have those scores, then they cannot be uploaded. But I do know that you have graduation rate right now. I'm not sure about ACT. Additional resources. Our email support is probably the biggest resource we have for you. These are the 4 emails that we all answer on our team. For team questions, anything about Team Compass, observations, growth, achievement measures, and evaluation training. Portfolio questions can go to portfolio. You can send them to team questions, but we will forward them. It just kind of delays your response. Oops, sorry. Educator licensure. Again, we get a lot of licensure questions. We forward those for you to educator licensure, but if you send them directly, that skips a step. You'll get an answer much quicker. Any questions about the Universal Reading Screener test administration and reporting needs to go to the TN Universal Reading Screener. Your next steps are to check the evaluation data for 23-24 and to continue supporting 24-25 achievement and growth measure selections. Our next office hour is scheduled for October the 17th at 10 a.m. Right now, we will plan to talk about LOE data preparation. That may change, subject to data being delivered and those kind of things. I'll let you know if the topic changes. Thanks for coming. It's always nice to see you all. Micah, do we have any questions?
We don't have any in the chat.
All right. Does anybody have anything that they have particular questions they want to ask?
Where will we be able to access the PowerPoint from today?
It will be on the team website under the office hours tab.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There is a question from Jeff Yawn in the chat. Can you confirm that composite scores are based on all the test subjects included on the team guidance doc updated August of 2024? This differs from accountability.
That is correct. It does differ from accountability. Accountability only uses ELA and math. Composite scores for evaluations include all scores from ELA, math, science, and social studies.
Thank you for that clarification. I thought I was right, but then I second guessed myself.
You are correct.
And we have another, just to make sure PYI will not achievement data. Trisha Jean, if you want to come off mute and kind of clarify what you're asking.
Are you asking if PYE needs achievement data? If that is the question, the answer is no.
Yeah, yes, that is correct. I mistyped that. Sorry. So they will not have to show achievement data, correct, on this Excel spreadsheet.
That's correct. Yes. So if they're marked PYE, make sure they're marked PYE and TN Compass, and then they will not need. It will actually remove the option to put those scores in.
Thank you so much.
I still have a. Oops, sorry.
I was reading it. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Diana, if you still have a school that's showing up that's closed, if you will email me that information, we'll get that taken care of through TN Compass. If you don't mind, send me the school name and school number.
I also dropped a link to the office hours on our website in the chat if anybody needs that.
Right. Do you have any other questions? Well, you can have about 10 minutes back to your day. Maybe you can take a little break, get a snack. Snacks make the day go better.